Your next chapter, it doesn't start with a big old plan, but it does start with a mindset shift. So if you're a woman 50 and older, just like myself, what I want you to know is this. Your breakthrough isn't about doing more, contrary to most opinion, but it's about thinking differently. So today I'm going to be sharing three powerful mindset shifts that you can start making right now to step boldly into your next chapter. Hi, I am Angela B. Fuller. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Here, I inspire women to create the most amazing life for themselves. So, we don't have to drag with it. Let's jump right into it. The first mindset shift I want you to consider is to release the old narrative. What do I mean by that? Too often, we carry the story that our best years are behind us. And if I thought that at 63 years old, I would not have gotten my transformation certification because I spent 30 plus years behind the styling chair as a hairstylist and salon owner. But I wanted something different. I knew there was more for me to do. So, as a transformation life coach, listen, I decided I'm going to start my YouTube channel. I decided I'm going to create a podcast. I did all of that and I am doing it now. And I am telling you, there's no reason that you have to wait before getting started into something that has been placed in your heart. You know, the truth is, your season comes from wisdom, something that you can share, not something to hide away from. You know, this is your season. This is your season to put out into the earth the wisdom that you have. This is your season for purpose, but this is also your season for freedom. And so here's a simple step. I want you to grab a journal, grab something to write with, and one belief. I want you to write down one belief that no longer serves you. Then I want right beside it, I want you to write the second belief. Rewrite it with an empowering thought. Okay? Because we've got to be very careful. This is something I had to learn. We got to be very careful of the stories that we tell ourselves because who we have been wants to stay there. But who we are becoming, we have to fight for. And you don't have to fight long. You just have to fight a little while to silence that voice that's gotten so comfortable with you being one way or doing one thing. And so, something as simple as that, you will begin to shift your story. It's a matter of saying something that no longer serves you, flipping it, and replace it with something that will serve you, that you can see serving you, to quiet that voice. You got it? If you got it, I'm going to go to the second point. And the second point is adopt a beginner's mindset. Do you know how many dreams have just floated away? Because we are afraid to start fresh. We want to know a thing right out the bat, but that's not how it works. We've got to be willing, ladies 50 and older. We got to be willing to learn something new. We got to be willing to be a beginner. I didn't have a struggle with that because I love learning new things. And I know there's some of you who feel the same way, love learning new things. So instead of saying to yourself, because this can stop you in your tracks, I should know this. If shoulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, a long time ago. So choose curiosity. It's okay to be curious. It's okay to give yourself permission to learn. You know, give yourself permission to explore and try new things. You never know. You try it, you might just like it, you know? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick one new thing this week, not two, three, four, five. One, just one new thing starting this week right here. It could be a class, it could be maybe a book that you want to read, or it could even be starting up a conversation with someone that you don't know. And I want you to step into that process with an open mind. Just be open to receive. Just be open to see how it could turn out. You know, you might surprise yourself. And when you do that, you got to trust me on this one. Put in the comment trust, because if you write it down, then you're more able to flow with it. Trust me on this one. When you do something like that out of curiosity, out of spontaneity, what you do is you shift something inside of you, and you feel on a small way your world opening up. And how does that sound? Your world opening up, especially if you caught up in doing things the same way, going the same places, speaking to the same people, having the same conversations. You will begin to just get a glimpse of how your life could change and be different if you stack on being curious. You know, just stack curiosity. And the number 3 thing, because I don't want to forget this third one, anchor yourself in daily alignment. Did you hear me? Anchor yourself in daily alignment. And what do I mean by that? Well, mindset isn't a one-time shift. Because, man, let me tell you something. Sometimes when we're trying something new, it can feel a little bit unsafe, you know? It could feel a little bit overwhelming. And our mind is built to keep us safe, to keep us from feeling danger. That's just how we are built. But once you continue to do a thing and it becomes a habit, your brain begins to tell itself, oh, there's no danger ahead. This is okay. Because in the process, you are regulating your nervous system. And when you regulate your nervous system, you're not activating your, I think it's called the parasympathetic nerve. Or brain. There's a part of us that's designed to be in fight or flight. That I am certain of. And so and that's just part of who we are to keep us safe. But when we learn to regulate our breathing, when we learn to regulate our nervous system, then we no longer have to be in fight or flight. So that's when we allow ourselves to move with less stress, and we can move in alignment. And when we find ourselves moving out of alignment, then I want you to repeat the process, because what you're doing is retraining your mind. Because like I said, mindset isn't a one-time shift. It takes time. It takes consistency. It takes a process, a repeated process. It's a daily practice. Did you hear me? It's a daily practice for sure. So go ahead and think about one small ritual that you can create for yourself that will keep you grounded, that will keep you at ease. And one thing I do every morning is prayer. Another thing I do is meditation. And just recently, I started listening to sound bowls to settle myself and to bring me into a place of calm and peace. Some people use affirmations, or some people dance. Some people use movement. Whatever floats your boat, whatever's going to keep you feeling grounded, I want you to adopt a ritual, whether it's in the AM, midday, PM. Get it in. Get it in. As a matter of fact, write in the comment what ritual you think you are going to start adopting for yourself. So here's your step, okay? Every morning, I want you to speak one statement of clarity. I want you to speak one statement of courage, because we don't have a spirit of fear, and we don't have to live in a state of confusion either. We could choose to live with clarity, and in clarity, we can choose to go through life very courageously. And I want you to also speak one statement of confidence, and speak it over yourself. You don't have to wait for anyone to tell you. Speak it over yourself. It doesn't have to be long. It just needs to be powerful. And you know what power looks like. You know what power looks like. So this is what I want to leave with you. I want you to know that your next chapter is waiting. It's waiting on you. When I realized my next chapter was waiting on me, that it was up to me, I got into action. Not quick action, but I took little steps. I read, I got a mentor, I watched YouTube videos. I did different things. I read books that helped me to change my mindset. I exercised my body. I stacked on the things that made a difference, because sometimes when we turn 50, 60, 65, a lot of times, ladies, we just get stuck and we find ourselves in a routine. What I'm sharing with you is you don't have to stay there. You can decide today, in this moment, that you are not going to be stuck at a crossroads, that you are going to decide that you're moving into your next life chapter, because there's so much waiting for you. And all it takes is some clarity. All it takes a little bit of courage, a little bit of confidence, and you add those things up and you fill with joy, you're filled with bliss, you're filled with let's go. And the next thing you know, 1 year from now, your life is totally different. It's totally unrecognizable. And that's what I want for you. As I do it for me, I want it for you. So if you have enjoyed this video, if it has encouraged you in any way, don't gatekeep. Share it to someone. But before you share it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can get more of it. You can know when I'm coming. You can know when I'm coming. And I know you know at least 3 women who feel like you feel and who wants to step into their next life chapter. Those are the women I want you to share this video with, okay? And so in the meantime and in between time, understand that transformation is an inside job, and you have everything within you to make it happen. I'll talk with you soon. Bye. Mwah.